Here we go, playing as WoC with the Rot Knights hiding in the woods versus the High Elves, Prince, Dragon Prince, and all their elfy grossness. Alright, so why do I want to show this? Well, we got Azazel here, Acquiescence, Hysterical Frenzy, Pavaane, the works. Horsemasters. I've been liking Horsemasters. They've actually been doing pretty good for me. 50 armor, 33 weapon strength, okay range, 90, but good speed. Good into combat as well, so Furies jump on them, you can just surround Furies and beat them back until they crumble. Alright, so what's the idea of the build? Well, with WoC sucking so much ass, the only savior right now is the most broken spell in the game, in my opinion, which would probably be Pavaane. Everyone and their mother's bringing Pavaane, especially on the ladder, from Slaanesh to Demons of Chaos and even WoC. Pavaane is just so disgusting. And even though I don't, well, you'll see here. You'll see what I mean here. Right now we got a skirmish for a battle on the side objective. My opponent hasn't even captured his home objective, so we are just scoring, and gaining value, and especially against these rangers with the Horsemasters. If these were regular Marauders, Horsemen, they probably wouldn't be doing as much damage. I don't think they do 33 weapon strength, or missile strength. So it's very interesting to see the difference right here. That extra 250 going into your Horseman skirmish cav. It's very interesting. Look how low the Rangers are already. Holy shit, before they even get into combat. They're already taking so much damage and lost a couple models. And here we go with the Pavaane, the first Pavaane. The Prince is going to get charged. We have the Rot Knights hiding in the woods. And this build really doesn't work with the, in my opinion, doesn't work with the Rot Knights open. It's too obvious to have Azazel here. And yeah, if your opponent doesn't see the Rot Knights coming, yeah, with the Pavaane, as soon as they make a mistake, bam. And you really want to save up Winds of Magic, so it's 14 for Pavaane, and then Acquiescence is 6. Hysterical Frenzy is, what is it, 8. But unfortunately, Pavaane wasn't long enough, so the Princess, it's a princess. My bad, it's not a prince. Yeah, the Dragon Princess here is able to escape, but not before we jump on the Life Caster and just surround him. Throwing Horsemasters on top of the White Lions so they don't jump on the Rot Knights, and Azazel's just getting shot. Huge mistake here from my opponent. Both archers, Lothran Seaguard and the Sisters of Avalorn ROR, should be on the Rot Knights. 100%. There's no reason why Azazel should be shot right now. And my opponent left a gap, so I can jump on the Sisters right here. While that's going on, I will beat down on this Life Caster. No problem. Horsemasters and the Hell Scourges beat up on Alarian Reavers with archers over there. My opponent summoned... Ooh, nice Dragon Breath, though. Although, that was slick of me to jump on top of his Lothran Seaguard, so the breath actually caught them as well. So, good micro on my end. Finally. The Rot Knights have beaten the hell out of those poor bastard Life Caster. And the biggest mistake my opponent makes, dropping on top of the Horsemasters. I kind of let the Horsemasters take the fall in hopes that the Dragon Princess here would drop. And of course, my opponent did. The Eagle Bolter is shooting it to Azazel for some reason. It's actually kind of goofy seeing that. Why? I don't know. For some reason, my opponent thinks the Rot Knights are actually trash. They are trash in trading, but if you ignore them, they will do work. What is this, Acquiescence again on top? No Pavaane. We're going to make sure this Princess here doesn't go anywhere as the Rot Knights surround and do massive damage. Even going to get Azazel on through. Yep. That Dragon Princess is being quite the nuisance, but we're going to drop her another 1,000 or so HP soon enough, maybe, hopefully. Hellscourge is just holding the line while Azazel just does what he does. And yeah, we're just throwing everything. White Lions coming in to help out against those Marauders with great weapons. Or just Marauders, I guess. No, there are great weapons. And yeah, we are just dominating at this point, overwhelming my opponent. I was really expecting a lot of archers, just archers and Lothran Seaguard, maybe a few Rangers. And I'm actually surprised my opponent hadn't brought in any Silver Helms. Silver Helms absolutely destroy... Well, actually, any heavy cav really is a problem for WoC, because they just don't have any appropriate answers. Skull Crushers and Rot Knights aren't graded to heavy cav for some reason, even though they should be. Looks like my Horsemaster's got on top of those bolt throwers. That should be fun to see. I'm gonna take care of those Alarian Reavers over there with the Rot Knights, the Horsemasters, and probably summon Tail Scourges. Those Sisters of Avalorn, though, are trying to take their shots on Azazel. Look at that beautiful charge, absolutely destroying the Reavers as my opponent wasn't paying attention. And then I drop on top of his Princess right here, have the Horsemaster trying to drop on his Sisters, and it looks like they're also going to get a beautiful charge as Azazel also beats on the Princess. Acquiescence on top of her, beautiful charge, just sending them packing downhill. And even though it was a downhill charge, it really didn't do all that great of damage. Princess is looking weak, Acquiescence is still going, and Azazel's going nowhere with the Scourge on top. Man, yeah, she's not going to come out of that alive. The Life Caster getting chewed away by dogs. And there goes the Princess. Goodbye. The Dragon Slayer Azazel. Yeah, even in this matchup, I really don't think WoC really stands a chance. You spend way too many marks on just the leader alone, which kind of sucks. Which is a big difference compared to Beastmen, who don't have marks on their lords. Since the lords are basically a marks tax. Which is why I think Warriors of Chaos would benefit from just having either no marks or 8 marks. I can be okay with 8 marks on the Warriors of Chaos. Really help them out in their roster, especially against heavy cap. Get some more Hell Scourges in there, some Rot Knights. Do some works. Maybe drop the Rot Knights down to 1700, and the Skull Crushers down to 1600, maybe 1550. Or increase the health and model count of Skull Crushers. There's plenty of things they could do to make Skull Crushers good. I don't know why they don't want to. I don't know why WoC can't have good units. Beats me. But anyways, enough of my whining, complaining. We're just dominating at this point, realizing that I have so much value saved up and I'm so ahead in value. I start spamming out units, bringing in trolls, marauders, anything to jump on the points. We got Forsaken coming in right now. Azazel needs to get out of there because my opponent is focusing on him, trying to make sure he doesn't, live. 18 units to 10. A lot of mine are running off, but so are his, so it's pretty close. So it's more like, looks like 15 to 8. And if I don't pay attention, I will lose Azazel. I have a bad habit of... My record with Azazel isn't great. Every time I use him, I pretty much get him killed. It's not helping right here, but we'll see if he lives through this. Forsaken, Marauders, and Great Weapons. All coming in. Chaos Warriors are Great Weapons, I mean. Jumping on all of these things. Oh, my poor dogs. My dogs. Getting bullied by all this bullshit. Rot Knights coming in to finish off everything here. Rot Knights really impressed me this game. I know people say they suck ass, and they're probably right. But if you can trap your opponent's lord with Pavaane in this, it can be really obnoxious. I've tried this before on other maps that are far more open and don't have forests to hide them, and it doesn't really work, honestly. It really sucks because when you have him in the open with Azazel and their Pavaane, it's just... yeah, it's pretty sad. They see it coming a mile away, they hide their lore behind trillion spears and gun lines and arrows and all that nonsense, and it never works. But if they bring a giant terror-causing dragon lord or something like that, or Cetra, and you bring them in and then just poop. Because usually those builds have start out with 10 to 13 units. Usually 10 units. You'll see a lot of builds now, especially this pretty predominantly Domination, where it's just monsters. They're hard to kill. You don't have to worry about Final Trans and Spear Leech as much, especially with all the healing going on in this game. And yeah, oh, look at these Forsaken just mowing through. Loving the Forsaken. Glad that they actually got some love. One of my favorite units. And on tabletop, the Possessed on 40k are also some of my favorite. Just big shock troopers, tough to kill, hit hard immediately. Good stuff. But anyways, yeah, a lot of monsters back on a lot of these rosters you'll be seeing. And unfortunately, WoC doesn't have that luxury. They have the Shaggoths, but they kind of suck. You're really relying on Star Crusher here. Forget the name. Kolek. There we go. Kolek is mainly your big monster to come absorb shots and do big damage. And now that he's got magic attacks, he's looking a lot better. Forsaken hiding in the woods, running in here, ready to hunt. Seekers coming in, trying to get in between all these bastards. These Rangers, I can't really tell their models in this forest. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it looks like Rangers. They're dual-wielding swords. And Forsaken will beat back these Rangers. I don't know who wins a straight-up fight. I think in the long run, Rangers lose, don't they? Especially against the Forsaken's armor. But with the White Lions of Krace, yeah, I think that kind of goes in their favor now. My Seekers pretty much ran off. But we got Trolls coming in. We got more Marauders coming in. My opponent's getting sneaky with Rangers on the objective. We'll summon in some Horse Masters. We got Seekers going for his home objective right now. The Rot Knights are still alive, still doing work. And at this point, I've helmed my opponent in his home objective. So we're just going to fast forward because this game's over. Yeah, he stays in his home objective and he ain't going anywhere. I just run right through him and take his home. He sends in more stuff. We take care of all his stuff. And yeah, that's about it. I really wanted to show this for the Rot Knights and the Pavaane combo, which I'm sure you've seen in other rosters, but I want to show it is possible here, especially with the Rot Knights. And let's go look at their value. It should be good. Yup. That's big money right there. Definitely paid for themselves. Love it. Not as easy as you think. Far easier to do with Demons of Chaos. Really easy to do with Demons of Chaos, in my opinion. So much easier. And as for Slaanesh, probably, yeah. In Slaanesh, you usually see Azazel with 2 Fiends to do it. You can do a Herald or even a Slaanesh Demon Prince in the Demons of Chaos roster and do it there. Alright, we're at the end of the video, folks. If you enjoyed it, please like and sub, follow me here on YouTube. We're on the road to 2,000 right now. Come join the Discord, whether it's a play me 1v1 or maybe if we get free-for-alls or 2v2s, we could do that. Always appreciate you guys coming in and joining when we can. Love seeing new players as well. Alright, folks, with all that said, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace, and goodbye for now.